You all set, sir? Okay, good. Had to be a white guy. All right, let's keep it moving. Just kidding. Let's keep this show moving. Your next comic coming up to the stage hosts one of the coolest comedy shows in the universe in Brooklyn. It's called Night Train, and he's originally from Texas. Give it up for a local boy named Good, Wyatt Cenac, everybody. Wyatt Cenac. Wyatt is zipping up the hoodie of the man in the front row so he can, now the hoodie's down. Wyatt Cenac, everybody!
How you guys doing? Kamal, I grew up in Texas. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here, which whenever I tell people that, their response is, "Oh my God, I love Austin." And I grew up in Dallas. So then their response is, "Oh my God, we have nothing to talk about." And we don't. Like, we can basically just talk about how much cooler Austin is than Dallas. Seriously, because Dallas is a shithole. I know, I grew up there. It is. It's like Dallas is the Khloe Kardashian to Austin's Kim. It's kind of big and gangly and not as cute as she thinks, and both ruined Lamar Odom. It's a basketball joke. It was a long way to go for a basketball joke. People think I'm high all the time because I talk kind of slow and I look like a high school jazz teacher. Hey everybody, put your oboes down for a second. I want to tell you about that time I smoked Moroccan hash with Gil Scott-Heron. Scabba-da-beep-bop-boop-bop-ba-doop. It fits. At least 3 of you were like, Mr. Thibodeau? I'll do shows, and after shows, people will bring me pot as though they are bringing Gatorade to a marathon runner. He's like, out of my way, he needs this to finish. I was doing some shows. I was doing a weekend of shows in San Francisco, and after, one person's heard of it, sure. It's a small city. You guys should check it out sometime. I was doing a weekend of shows in San Francisco, and after one of the shows, this guy came up to me, and he brought me a Ziploc freezer bag, gallon size, filled to the brim with weed. Now that is a very generous burden. To place on a person who does not live in San Francisco. Because I now have 3 days to move a shit ton of weed. You know what's fun? Being a somewhat recognizable TV personality turned drug dealer. People just like, oh, wow, man, things really fell apart for you. But give me an 8. I didn't know what to do. I had all this weed, and I didn't want to throw it away because that seemed rude. So I didn't want to. So I just lived in San Francisco for a month. It was nice. I'm not a big nightclub person. I'm assuming a lot of you are. We hitting the clubs after this? No. All right. I'm not a big nightclub person. It's one of the things when you look like you could be in a Tyler Perry adaptation of Teen Wolf, the dance floor is just not your friend. A lot of people coming up like, and like, no. But also, I'm not a big nightclub person because I'm not a dancer. I don't dance. I don't do that shit. But also, as a guy, when you go to a nightclub, you have to pay a cover charge to get in. Like, guys usually have to pay like $20 to get into a nightclub. And like I said, I'm not a dancer, so I feel like I don't want to pay $20 for amenities that I'm not using. Like, let me pay $3, and if you catch me on the dance floor, I'll give you the other 17. Like, yeah, you know what? You were right. You said the rhythm was gonna get me, and it did. But I don't like going to nightclubs, but I have a lot of friends who like going to nightclubs, and they like to go because they think they'll meet women there. And I've never met a woman at a nightclub. I've met more women at the grocery store than I met at a nightclub. And you might say, Wyatt, how many women have you met at a grocery store? 1. But statistically, my odds tell me I need to spend my Fridays and Saturday nights in the frozen food aisle asking ladies if they want to help me thaw this sausage. Which is a great pickup line. It is. It worked once. It worked once. I'm not a big nightclub person, but I have a lot of friends. They like going to nightclubs. They like to go because they think they'll meet women there. They'll drag me along. And so I was at a nightclub with some friends of mine, and one of my friends, he saw this woman, and she was a beautiful woman. And she was across the way, and she was gorgeous. But there was a problem. This woman was at the nightclub with 4 of her female friends, and these 5 women clearly did not want to be bothered because they did that thing that women do at nightclubs when they don't want to be bothered, where they all kind of huddle up together and they make a lady dance bubble, where it's just like a force field of rhythm and perfume. And my friend sees her, and he's just like, I'm going to say something. And I was like, well, good luck. And he made his way over, and he makes his way over, and he's just like, excuse me. Nothing. They don't pay him any attention. Tries a little harder. Excuse me. Nothing. Just tries a little bit harder. Excuse me, I'd like to buy you a drink. Then this woman and all of her friends turned around and in unison went, she's not thirsty, just give her the money. Which was amazing. Like, I kind of wanted to give them money out of respect. Because for real, like, it blew my friend's mind. Like, he left the club, I've not seen him since. Like, he's just in a forest somewhere, rocking himself to sleep at night, eating tree bark. Because there are few things that are as intimidating to men as a lady dance bubble. It scares men. It does. To a degree, I like basketball. And I feel like if I were to own a basketball team, I might just get one guy who could shoot really well and then surround him with 4 ladies dancing. Not even athletes, just 4 women who got off work and are celebrating the fact that Carol got a promotion. Nothing is getting through that. Like, they are tough to beat. And I'm not saying they're invincible. I'm not saying if a lady dance bubble were to dance their way down a dark alley, they wouldn't get mugged. They will get mugged. But they will make the mugger feel like shit for it. Where it's just like, yo, this is a hold up. Yo, excuse me, mama, excuse me. Hey, we're good, thank you. But no, I am robbing you right now. Look, I'm here for a friend's birthday. Nightclubs are weird places. I was at a nightclub once, and the nightclub ran out of women. Like, just ran out of women. I went to the bathroom, just number 1. I went to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom. All the women are gone. Like they went on strike, or like there was some kind of a lady rapture where like God came down and took all the women and just left a bunch of dudes in their best shirts. And let me just say, when a nightclub runs out of women, things get weird. Like, guys don't know what to do. Like, every guy just stopped moving. Like, they just, like they ran out of batteries or something. Even Even the one dude who shows up to a nightclub to do capoeira by himself, even that dude was just like, I ain't put on these good track pants for you motherfuckers. And it's messed up because like they don't move and no one wants to leave because as guys, we all paid $20 to come into this place. So we don't want to leave because you don't want to leave. You don't want to pay $20 to go to a nightclub, then leave that nightclub because they don't have any women, go to another nightclub, pay another $20, find out they don't have any women either because maybe there really was a lady rapture. And this nightclub does not have a contingency plan in place. And that's the thing. I feel like as a nightclub, you should have a contingency plan. Like you should have some Xboxes just drop down from the ceiling. And just have like a Madden tournament till some women show up. Because the alternative is just that things get tense. Like they just get really tense. Like this fog of homophobia just rolled into this place. Just rolled in, and it was pungent. It smelled like Axe body spray and farts that have been held in for a long time. Just dudes like, well, there are no ladies here. Well, shit, if he's farting, I'm farting. And just all these dudes just angrily standing there, mean mugging each other, farting. And finally, this one dude snapped. Like, he just snapped, and out of nowhere was just like, I ain't gay, motherfucker! To nobody. There was nobody around him. It was just like a Lord of the Flies situation where it felt like somebody needed to run up to him and just be like, get yourself together, man. Yes, the ladies are gone, but you know what? We have to survive now, brother. This is our home. Let's make the best of it. Why can't we make the best of it? Why can't a bunch of guys just go to a nightclub on a Friday night and pay for drinks that they know are way too expensive and listen to music that they would never normally listen to and dance and sing and just have fun? Why can't we do that, brother? Why can't we just have fun? And you know what? Hey, maybe we're having fun and some ladies show up and they see how much fun we're having. And then we finally get to be like, stop it, no. Do you see Darius and I? We are here to have a good time tonight. Take your titties and go. All right, guys, thank you very much.
Wyatt Cenac, everybody, let him hear you. Wyatt Cenac.